that breaking news. The growing memorial honoring the victims of the Bourbon Street terror attack is being moved right now.
Yeah, WD's reporter Anam Siddiqui is live at the memorial as crews begin moving in. Anam.
Yeah, Daryl Morgan, what you're looking at right now is Louisiana State Police just picked up those 14 crosses here on Bourbon and Canal. They've loaded them into a U-Haul, and now a procession is happening to the Presbyterian Museum, the State Museum in the quarter, where this memorial will now be permanently laid at. So here you see Louisiana State Police walking down on Bourbon Street, also joined by some of our council members. I've also noticed NOPD's crime intervention team is also here as well. You see in this gray truck right here some of those crosses that so many people from all over the world have come by to pay their respects to. And I do want to mention that New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell has mentioned that this effort has been in collaboration with the 14 families who have been going through such a dark time. So the families who did lose their family members here have been made aware that the memorial is now being moved to the State Museum in the French Quarter. So that is currently what's happening right now. The 14 crosses here on Bourbon and Canal have been being picked up for about an hour and a half. So right now you see in this truck some of those flowers, those crosses that were left behind from people really all over the world, also including former President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. So here in this U-Haul, all those 14 crosses have been loaded up, and right now a procession is happening to the State Museum. Morgan and Daryl.
Anam, thank you so much. And I mean, a really powerful show to see that they are actually marching those there. They are accompanying the display as it makes its way to that new museum where it'll be housed permanently.
Yeah, I just hope we can just stay on these images for a moment here for our producers in the control room, just seeing them going down Bourbon Street as they're moving that, of course, to the museum. Just seeing that right there, and just makes you takes you back to what happened on that tragic day, just remembering those who lost their lives.
And just a quick reminder for folks watching at home, if you're wondering, we were told by the Cantrell administration that the family of the victims were notified that this would be happening. So this is not something that, if they're waking up and just turning on the TV, is coming as a surprise. And again, you're taking that live look at I see Councilman Eugene Green, you see members of state police, captains with the NOPD, and I'm not sure, maybe if Anam can still hear us, I don't know if these are family members potentially, or maybe, city folks who are out here again doing that procession. Anam, can you hear us? Do you know who these folks are?
Yeah, Morgan, this procession, like you mentioned, this procession is being joined by members of the NOPD, also some of our council members here, and they're following that U-Haul that's full of the stuff that was at the memorial to the museum where it's going to be placed at permanently. So yeah, like you asked, these are members of NOPD, also state police, and some of our council members here in the procession.
Thank you, Anam. And again, just obviously this is live television you're watching, but just a powerful moment, I think, for all of us to see that, obviously I think potentially that couldn't have stayed there forever. So it's nice to know, though, that it is being given the respect it deserves. It's moved to its new home.
But also, as you said earlier, they notified the families of the victims, letting them know that they're moving it to the museum there, and just thinking about that. But Anam, I want to come back to you and just kind of talk again. I know you just got to the scene there about a few minutes ago. Kind of tell us also what you're seeing during this procession as they're heading towards the Presbyterian Museum.
Well, I do want to mention we came out here around 4 o'clock this morning, and I saw somebody laying flowers. So it's been over a month now, and people have still been coming out and paying their respects. So I know not only for the family that this permanent memorial is going to mean so much, but also for the people who live and work here in New Orleans. But yeah, we're seeing people watching this procession. It's still early in the morning, but people are heading down to the quarter for work. This procession going all the way to the memorial that's going to be there permanently. And I also do want to mention where the memorial is at on Bourbon and Canal. There is going to be some type of permanent signage there just to let people know, remind them of what happened in that moment. But then once that permanent memorial is at the museum, you can go in and out and visit as much as you want.
And Anam, obviously it's early in the morning. I know that there aren't a ton of people in the quarter at this time of day, but the mood certainly seems solemn, respectful out there. Is that the instinct you're getting as well?
Absolutely. It's very touching. Just a touching feeling, and it kind of brings you back to what happened here on January 1st. And this really shows you what New Orleans is all about. New Orleans is all about its people, and it's been more than a month later. Not only are they doing a permanent memorial, but the fact that they're doing this procession to show everybody, to show the 14 families and for the people who live here that we are still thinking about you, and we truly still do care. I see some people who work at some of the hotels here stepping out and watching what's happening. So it really is touching, and it does bring you back to January 1st.
And their lives will not be forgotten. Anam, thank you so much.
And just a shout out to her and her photographer. I believe she's either with Stephon Cage or Kadisha Floyd or other morning photographer who are literally walking at a decent pace down Bourbon Street right now to bring you those live images. So Anam, thank you guys for that.